Hello, my fellow readers. Sorry for the long time away. I just ended up needing a little bit of break just with how busy I was at my full-time job. Sometimes we get a little hectic, and we've been doing a lot of work preparing for summer. I should say we, but it's me. I've been doing a lot of work preparing for launching a relaunch, I guess you would say, of our adult summer reading program with a great bingo for the summer. So I've just been busy with that, and I just have not had time to talk books and record. But now I do. Hopefully. Anyway, I'm back, and today I'm going to be picking out my June TBR and seeing what books I'm going to read for the month, for sure. Of course, I always read more than what I pick out for the TBR, but these are specifically library books and my light novels that I want to target for that month. And I was hoping to read another light novel in May and get at least 3 done, but I didn't. I just managed to get my 2 done. Again, I was just way too busy, so... oh well, at least I got done with what I said I was going to read. Just a quick recap of what happened for my May TBR. I had for the library book, a book with no human on the cover, I think it was. And for that, I read To Shape a Dragon's Breath. And this one is a dragon book. But it's kind of cool. It's an indigenous versioning of dragon lore. So in this, it's kind of like the indigenous culture and training of dragons versus more of the Western society's like schooling of training dragons. And unfortunately, since they've sort of been colonized and taken over by the other society, there are more rules and regulations on working with dragons, studying dragons. And so I will read quickly this, and I hope I remember how to say all the names. But a young indigenous woman enters a colonizer-run dragon academy and quickly finds herself at odds with the approved way of doing things in the first book of a brilliant new fantasy series. So this is the start of a series. It is not a one-shot kind of work. There will be more. But the remote island of, is it Musquepa? I think it's Musquepa. I could be wrong. Has not seen a dragon in many generations until 15-year-old Annicus finds a dragon's egg and bonds with its hatchling. Her people are delighted, for all remember the tales of the days when dragons lived among them and danced away the storms of autumn, enabling the people to thrive. To them, Annicus is revered as a Nampeshuit? Was it? Is it Nampeshuit? I can't remember. Nampeshuit? I think it's Nampeshuit. I feel like I'm not getting that one right, and it's not clicking in the way. Okay. I'm going to move on. Sorry, I don't remember if I'm saying that correctly. A person in a unique relationship with a dragon. Unfortunately for Annicus, the English conquerors of her land have different opinions. They have a very specific idea of how a dragon should be raised and who should be doing the raising, and Annicus does not meet any of their requirements. Only with great reluctance do they allow Annicus to enroll in a proper English dragon school on the mainland. If she cannot succeed there, her dragon will be killed. For a girl with no formal schooling, a non-English upbringing, and a very different understanding of the history of her land, challenges abound, both socially and academically. But Annicus is smart, determined, and resolved to learn what she needs to help her dragon, even if it means teaching herself. The one thing she refuses to do, however, is become the meek English miss that everyone expects. Annicus and her dragon may be coming of age, but they're also coming to power, and that brings an important realization. The world needs changing, and they might just be the ones to do it. So this is... a culture piece. It is strongly relationship-based, including like those that she meets at the school, how they're trying to influence and have her taught. It is dragon lore, so if you want more dragons in your stories, if you're looking for another dragon story, this is a good one. It is a bit slower paced than some of the other ones. Like, obviously Fourth Wing, there was a lot of like fighting and action and consequential death. This one is a lot slower. There is still a lot of intrigue. There's a lot of finding out like the whole different cultures, the different ways of looking at things, assessing like whole belief systems, including like in Anarchist's culture, it's not rare or deemed wrong for people of the same sex to have a relationship with one another, for people to just be attracted to whom they're attracted to, whereas the English are coming in and are very strict about courting and about relationships and all of that. And so there's a couple of times where like her values and their values are causing friction, and she really is a headstrong character. Like, she refuses to just follow the path that's laid out for her. Like, she'll try to do whatever she can just in order to keep her dragon and the relationship with the dragon, because I believe if either one of them is deemed unfit, that the dragon will essentially be killed. So she's doing whatever she can to save the dragon, but at the same time, it'll only go to a certain point. Like, she's not willing to give up all of her values to take on what the English are telling her is the right path. And I don't know, I thought it was good. So if you're looking for another dragon book, or a dragon book in general, pick up To Shape a Dragon's Breath. It's kind of refreshing. It's a breath of fresh air. So yeah, that was that one. For my light novels, I read Seventh Time Loop, The Villainess Enjoys a Carefree Life, Married to Her Worst Enemy, Volume 4, and Bride of the Berry Master, Volume 2. And let's see, I haven't talked about Volume 3 of Seventh Time Loop, and maybe I'll do them together, but essentially in this one we're just following the story still between Riche and Arnold, who still has like one of the worst like love interest names. But, you know, they're still developing their relationship. She cares for him a lot, but I think she's still kind of holding back because of the whole fact that she loops through time and may die. But they do continue to get closer through each volume, and I really like that. Their relationship is building. It's there. It's building slowly. I like it. I'm still enjoying this series. I like seeing where they're going. It will be interesting to see how the larger plot continues to develop. And again, I'm not going to talk too much probably on this one, only because I'd like to talk about 3, and I haven't yet. So, yeah. I made a note here because there's actually a part where Riche is talking to Arnold, and she kind of goes over all of the things that they've faced so far. So it's like Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And not in like a terrible way, like it's not clearly saying, hey, this is this, but it's just like her. And I just thought that was a good refresher for my brain to remember the different things that happen in the different volumes. But I still love this. It's very cute. Yeah, I can't recommend this enough. I did try to start the anime, but then it was too late and I fell asleep. But I would like to watch that as well, because it looks like it's going to be really good, and I cannot wait. And then, and this was for, like, it has a number in the title. And then Bride of the Barrier Master, I can't remember what my prompt was for that. Let me see if I have it. Your favorite color on the cover. And so pink is on there. That's my favorite color. And this one, I don't mind doing a quick summary. Again, I'll probably talk about this one, but we're just, again, seeing progress happen. Not really. I say we're seeing progress happen with the whole relationship between Saku and Hana, but kind of not really. This one deals a bit more with the relationship between Hana and her sister. I believe it's Husky, if I'm remembering correctly. Which, yeah, they're probably not going to say here, are they? Yeah, they do. Okay, Husky. I got it right. I remembered. Yay! So it's between Hana and Husky. And Husky, of course, was the golden child of the family. Especially, you know, after they had their coming-of-age ceremony where they... well, actually, I think it was before that, right? Like, the coming-of-age, I think, happened after. But at the ceremony where they first... showed or tried to show the Shikigami, and Husky had the one that's a person, whereas Hana had the butterfly, and so they kind of placed all of their eggs into Husky's basket and thinking that she's more accomplished, she's the one who's in the A class, all of this. And so there was always this kind of tension between Hana and Husky, because their parents would treat Husky better, and Hana was kind of just like pushed off to the side in many ways. And then even when she started, after their real coming of age ceremony, even though her powers had awakened, she didn't want to tell anybody because why? You all have treated me like dirt. I'm not going to then have your praise just because I suddenly will hold more value to you. Anyway, in this one, it's really about the two sisters and how they're going to work through. And there's another brother and sister twin duo. I shouldn't say another brother and sister because these two are sisters, but there's another twin duo that kind of makes Hana assess the relationship that she has with her sister. And then in the background, there's always Saku and Hana, because people still don't understand why he chose Hana, but also, like, she is very much, like, not willing to accept the affections that Saku is trying to lavish upon her. And it's kind of funny, because at the same time, like, she doesn't want to accept them, but she wants to accept them, even though she doesn't want to accept them. It's interesting. So, it was good reading for May, but, you know, I wish I'd gotten to talk more during the month. Now it is over. And I am moving on to June and what I will read for June. So let us pull out our little game cards and we'll see what I'm going to be doing. I will do the library first because, again, it's something that I'm not always sure if I will know or have an idea of what I'm going to get. So let us just see. Use a random number generator and choose that number card. And we're going to stick that to the bottom. I'm going to pull up my number generator. I usually have one saved, so we should be good. Here we go. And I'm just going to generate. And it says number 21. So I'm going to be doing some counting. Now, I have kept aside all of the cards that I've already done this year so that they won't end up in here, which I think works out better for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I just realized, too, I should probably change my number of cards in the number generator because I have pulled out those other cards. Oh, well. It's been a time. Okay. So this says, read a book you wanted to buy but decided to loan from the library. I think I can do that. I don't think I have one automatically in mind, but I think I can do that because there's a lot that have been coming out that's kind of more on the fantastical end, or maybe a romance. I could probably do that. So I don't have the title in mind yet, but of course when I go to do the July TBR, gosh, that is so unbelievable to think about, but when I go to do the July TBR, I will recap anything for June, including whatever I chose. So moving on, let us choose the light novels from my shelf. I'm so excited. This is my favorite. Okay, so draw card number 1. Pick 2 cards and decide which one you want to read. Doable. Put that off to the side so I don't do that again. And I'm just going to kind of do a fan. And I'm just going to choose 1 and choose 2. So I could either randomly generate a number and read that book at my shelf, or I can, once again, read a book with my favorite color on the cover. Oh no, not my favorite color. This is read a book with your favorite cover. Oh, so I could look through here, see which one has my favorite cover. Oh, I think I want to do that. I think that's more exciting than the random number, because then I get to look at them all and decide. And what I might do is leave that to the side. I'll leave that to the side and choose my other one just to see like what it is. So let's see, draw cards, draw from the top. Okay, so my next one for sure is going to be read a book you are most excited to read. Okay. And now I'm going to get rid of these. What would I be most excited to read? There is one I'm very excited to read. It's thick though, so I'm kind of intimidated, but I was so excited to get this. So I think the one that I'm most excited to read, just because I very much enjoyed Volume 1, and I want to see where they're going in the world, is You Can Have My Back Volume 2, because I really want to see where this world goes. It is big, it has small print, but I'm going to try my best to get this done before the July TBR, so I'm going to have to start reading this like today, but I'm excited too. And I know last time I was intimidated to read Volume 1, and I flew through it so fast because I loved it. So I'm hoping that happens with this one. Next, I will pick my favorite cover. Well, there's two I have to set to the side because they're future volumes, so even if I love the cover, I can't read them until I read the previous volume. So just set those over there. Seeing old friends I have not seen in a while. I haven't read Volume 2 yet. Honestly, if I'm going by like what cover I like the best and kind of also gets me excited to read the book, I'm gonna have to go, and it's been so long since I read Volume 1, but I'm gonna have to go with A Tale of the Secret Saint, Volume 2. This was, I think, one of the earliest light novel series that I started to read, and I really liked it, and I have not gotten to Volume 2 yet. So, I think I'm going to go with this one. I like the kind of action look, and I would love to see what's happening with these guys. There's a dragon on the back as well. Like, okay, that's the back cover, but that's still really cute, the little tiny dragon. The other ones that were kind of in contention, another one I haven't read for a long time, but this cover's beautiful, is Accomplishments of the Duke's Daughter, Volume 2. So Accomplishments of the Duke's Daughter and Secrets of the... No, what is it? The Secret Saint, A Tale of the Secret Saint, are two of the very early light novel series that I started to read. And I love them. They just have not been, like, the winner in any of the TBR roles. So, yeah, I think it'll be good. And then the other one was Maiden of the Needle, Volume 2. But who knows? Maybe I'll be able to get through these and not have a month like May was and actually be able to read another one. But I don't know. Because the other thing I've been doing is crafting a lot. I've been like crocheting a lot. And it makes me very happy. And so sometimes I'd rather do that. Sorry for the weird lighting. Sometimes I'd rather do that and not like read or do anything else when I get home. Like I'm too tired. My eyes are too tired. So I don't know. We'll get through those. We'll see how it is. Maybe if I'm inspired, I'll read something else. I'm still trying to get through a bunch of my webcomics and manga as well. So I'm still pushing forward. I feel like I'm going to have to do a big manga order and haul at some point, but I'm not ready yet because I just don't want the books bombarding me yet. But there are so many series I want to get caught up on, and some that are finishing, and I think some that I'm finishing I'd be able to donate once I finish, so I'm teetering, because at least those I wouldn't be bogged down by, and I could get rid of extra stuff that I already have. So I'm contemplating it. You may see that before the end of the summer, but not quite yet. In general, though, I think that's it for the TBR. So for sure, I'm going to pick out a library book that I was going to buy, but I didn't buy. And I am going to be reading You Can Have My Back and A Tale of the Secret Saint, both volumes 2. And who knows, maybe my next trip into work, I will pick out a library book that I was going to buy, but didn't buy, and I'm just going to borrow it. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to browse. But that's it for this video. Until next time, bye.